So your sister,
My cousin.
I'm sorry, your cousin Aida and your brother Nick are both actors, and
Right.
both busy in the business, and
They
get it-
hustle around.
hustling around.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
And I've worked with both of them.
I didn't know much about Richard Termini. Is this a cousin of yours or not? Or
Yeah,
is that
yeah, he did some music for me.
he did
yes.
music for you?
Yeah,
He's done
yeah.
composed for you on your stuff.
A little bit, yes. Yes, in Mac he did. He did a very good job in Mac.
Cool.
So I've worked with I work with my mother in Mac. I work with both my sons in a couple movies, Amadeo and Diego. I've worked with my wife, Catherine Borowitz, many times. So I've worked my whole family. They don't like listening to me, but yeah, I've worked with them all. So yeah, no, it's not easy. Not easy when you tell your mother, you have to be here at 7:00 in the morning. She says, no way. I'm coming in. She said, when does Al Pacino come in? I said, I don't know, 9:30. She goes, that's when I'm coming in. Yeah. Diego was in Fading Gigolo.
Right.
He played a Orthodox Hasidic kid, and Amadeo was in Illuminata and Romance and Cigarettes, and he was also in the Wes Anderson
Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, he played the young Luke Wilson.
So how did your relationships roll out with Spike, Joel, and all the other guys that you met along the time? The Coen brothers found you, or Spike?
No, Spike saw Five Corners, John Patrick
Right.
Shanley. So, and he really loved it, and then he, sent me Do the Right Thing, and we talked, and that was the beginning of a long. It was 89. We met in 80. I think it was 88, or maybe we may have met in 80.
We'll do
maybe
the right thing.
yeah. We met we met I think in 88. And he had seen that film, and he asked me who I wanted to play, and I said I want to play the the bad guy, so or the racist guy, and that was a great experience. And Joel and Ethan knew me through Fran McDormand because I went to Yale with her.
Oh,
so
okay.
they would come see me in plays and different things. And one of the plays led to the Big Lebowski character, but they saw me in The Sicilian with Cimino, and then they saw Five Corners, and then they told me they were, I used to hang out. We used to Kathy went to Yale also, so we would socialize with Joel and Fran more than Ethan at that time, and then they told me they were writing me a role, and then they wrote Miller's Crossing, and I really wanted to do a good job because I was like, wow, they wrote, they wrote this part for me, and so that's how I met, and then from there,
just rolled out with Bart and Fink.
I mean, they wrote a couple parts for me, so yeah, and so once again, and I've worked with them. I worked with Ethan on stage when I directed these 3 one-acts for Broadway for one of his, one of Woody's.
That was Relatively Speaking?
Yeah, and Elaine May. And then they were my executive producers and very involved executive producers on Romance and Cigarettes. And they really stuck by me because, we lost our distributor because United Artists and MGM was bought by Sony, and it was a whole, it's what happens with mergers of film. And they just were, great friends and great supporters. And, basically I would just, if they need me to do anything, I would do it,
Right.
I mean, that's how it goes when you don't have that many long-term relationships. I mean, I do have long-term relationships, but when you get a return engagement with people, you kind of know each other, and that they actually are in your corner, and you could do something. You could try new things sometimes. That doesn't mean it always works, but many people I would have loved to have, like Francesco Rosi or Robert Redford, Allison Anders, a terrific director, Tom DiCillo. There's a lot of people I've worked with who are not famous people, who terrific filmmakers.
Quiz Show is a wonderful project. Yeah.
So you don't always get a chance to do that again, but it's helpful because the first time you work with someone, it's trial and error, and you don't know until you see how they edited you.
Yeah, well,
and
when
either
you
enhanced
yeah,
your performance or destroyed it. And a
yeah,
lot of actors feel that way. You go, oh my God, I wasn't doing that. And so it's a weird, on stage you're in control more. So,
yeah.
but you have to do it 8 times a week. So
That's a big deal.
that is a
Yeah.
big deal.